This is the last text I got from my cousin right before she wrecked.
This is the last text I received from Josh Palmer before he wrecked into what I can only imagine would be a tree. This is the last text I received from my grandma right before she wrecked her motor scooter.
This is the text that I got from my brother right before he wrecked his SUV into the curb. This is the last text that I got from my girlfriend right before she was killed by a drunk driver. Who's laughing now, bitch?
Introducing the one, the only, Ray McGuff.
Hey, fucking hate stuff.
Tell you fuck you cause you ain't a man I thought you knew. Argue to your
Fucking spot algebra. He's paid by the hour. He puts his gift in Canadian tits. Give him $40. He'll talk for an hour. His voice has a fucking power.
Ray McGuff, he got the stuff. Woman want a million more. Ray McGuff, I said enough.
He fucks your mom.
Didn't you say
Oh,
you
man, he was a dog. Goddamn dog. Goddamn dog.
Alright, this is episode 6 of Hating Stuff with Ray McGuff. We've got special guests in the studio today. We have, as always, Franklin. He's amazing. We've got Derek Dunson, Jared Collins, and Scott Kramer. They're all going to be here with us. We're going to have a good time. Stay tuned to Zombie Takeover TV for any and all other broadcasts. Check out our Vimeo page for the vodcasts. You're going to fucking love them. And if you don't, I'll fucking come to your house and find you, and you don't want that to happen. Alright, coming up next, Craziness Ensues on Hating Stuff with Ray McGuff, Part 6. Fuck you. Now my dick won't get hard for a week. Fuck you. Now my dick won't get hard for a week.
Yeah, I'm just letting you know I'm not going to be funny.
No, you won't be.
I don't have anything written. Could it be funny? Where's somebody print Fish's stand-up?
I think he's got it there. We'll have him tell a couple of jokes.
Alright, you're watching Zombie Takeover TV. This is Scott. I am your trivia master, so if you'd like to see me do my thing, you can come to Ralphie's in Findlay. That's off of Tiffin Avenue. And you can come there and watch me do trivia. That's Trenton Avenue, by the way, not Tiffin. And you can watch me do my thing Thursday nights from 7 to 9. So come up and show your support. You can win prizes. Watch me, do a little comedy routine, play my guitar, and have a good time. This is Zombie Takeover TV, and make sure you always text with your right hand and drive with your left hand. Thank you.
Lon Chaney Jr.
You guys ever have your lady wake up and say, I had a dream, blah, 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 and it's something that you did? Well, I have a dream every night where you're jealous. I guess we're even. My girlfriend hates Bradley Cooper, and I don't know why. I don't know if she can tell you why, but it doesn't really matter because I've always hated Renee Zellweger, so things kind of balanced out for a while. She always makes a weird face. It's some weird paparazzi face. It just makes me hate her. You ever get somebody so mad they poop a little? That's a pretty fun thing to do. Yeah.
Poop jokes work.
If you're ever in the middle of a fight with your girlfriend, just ask her right dead in the middle, when are we going to get married? She might stop.
She might stop. Brilliant.
But, get off of the old lady for a second here. See what else we got. We're going to flip through the Ray's pages here. Let me just read this one. Fucking technology.
Just start reading his text messages and to the ladies.
Whoa, let's not do that.
I would like to see that. I need to get you on a dating show.
Yeah.
So I'm,
He does.
Call it dating stuff.
I'm 28 and having a midlife crisis. Yeah, I figure I'm going to get it over with now. Kind of makes sense to me if you think you're only going to live to like maybe 55. This might be my midlife crisis right now anyway. So. Doesn't hurt to feel like you're getting it over with. Do you think that like Chris Farley had his midlife crisis at like 18 or something? So yeah, 28, relatively young, but god damn if that's not old enough to hate the fucking world. 28 was kind of a scary. I was kind of scared I was going to die at 27. But got off all the drugs that might have been killing me, and it's kind of weird. I had this is my 20s, turning 28, finally made it, sitting in bed at night, waiting for the clock to turn over, so I made it to 28, and I get a weird paranoid thought of I could still have a home invasion here and get stabbed right before I could still die here. I was kind of worried about making it, but I made it. But sometimes I can't really tell if I'm still alive because my girlfriend got this goldfish from the pier, and usually those don't really last very long. And I've seen this one swimming around for the past year now. So I kind of just wonder if that goldfish is still alive. This must be my afterlife. Just sitting in the same room watching this fish swim around and not die.
Long Cheney.
You guys ever forget your phone? Like Ray, you lost your phone earlier. Let's talk about some phones. I really like forgetting my phone at home or somewhere else. It makes me feel like I'm back in 1997 or something. It's such a feeling of freedom. Can we all just put down our fucking phones? Every goddamn person on the planet has a phone now. Every little asshole kid has one that started off as for just in case of emergencies, but now it's something you buy a kid for their birthday. They're not even phones anymore, they're computers. People don't even use the phone to talk. They get online and log into a Facebook so they can send a message with their phone. You got your kids in the back seat, you go to grandma's house, you think they're having fun because it's an everything device, it'll shut them up, but they're probably back there with headphones on watching you porn. Because it's a computer, people. Way to raise your kids. That's it for me, though. I'm going to sign out.
Signing off. I think that it's pretty good that you're holding a phone while you
Yes, that's even better.
I provided you with your stand-up
Here it is.
through the computer.
That's pretty handy. That's a pretty handy little thing to have.
All right. Well, I'll turn this off. See
It's
how I know you feel about it.
Nice to hear some of your work.
Yeah.
Nice to hear some jokes.
Good stuff.
Some
I like
writing.
Written material.
Yeah.
it. I like it. So that's what being prepared's like. I like it. I'm gonna be prepared next time.
I don't know. I'm not very prepared in anything.
It's hard to write. It's hard to write jokes, man. It's hard to write humor.
It's hard to be funny. deal with it on a daily basis.
I see.
Then people come up to me at work and they're like, "Hey, be funny, man. You think you're funny?" And I'm like, "I can't be funny all the time." And they laugh
Well, they
hysterically
might
and walk away.
fucking clown.
Usually they just get a good look at me. Just laughs.
Just if you like, just take your shirt off when they do it,
Yeah, do it.
and then challenge to fight them.
I think what I may do is
You should carry it.
I'll take my shirt off and dance slowly into the camera. Oh, too soon.
There it is.
Not too soon. Too subtle.
Too subtle.
Take a second.
So,
It's gonna be on the background.
what would you like on there, Jared?
I'm just.
Probably whatever's on this camera,
Whatever's on that camera.
or pictures of whatever we're talking about.
Oh, nice. Phones.
Can we just go?
Maybe I'll just make it like maybe I'll just make it look like a window with like a snow scene going on.
I think you
outside.
should just leave it green the whole time.
Or maybe I'll turn it red.
Yeah. Do you got like a picture of a green screen? You can
overlay on
You can
that?
put up on that.
I'll see what I can do.
But
But
then-
what do you
then-
want on there?
then
Just
it'll
snap
look-
your fingers, Jared, and I'll make it appear later.
Then we'll look like we're really in front of a green screen.
How about Aunt B holding a pie?
It'll be done. What else you got?
I like the green
The
screen.
rarer, the better. You got Clint Howard from fucking
Oh yeah.
Kicks.
No, Ice Cream Man cover.
Ice
Cream Man.
There. I like
That's
that.
nice looking.
I like that. See the eyeball on the snow cone?
Yeah.
You better get the uncensored cover. With the eyeball.
What's
on
what's the difference there?
there's no eyeball on the snow on the
Oh.
ice cream cone. So
Well, I'll do that.
there's to you,
Definitely.
Clint, the more talented
Salute.
Howard brother.
Yeah, Clint Howard.
It's true.
He was in Ticks
He was in a lot of things.
Yeah.
with Carlton.
I've seen him in
Panic.
Yeah.
Did you guys
Seth
ever
Green.
wonder like how people in movies
All
get,
Star cast.
Oh yeah, party hats.
how like people in movies get to be friends enough to where they're in all the movies? Like Adam Sandler has had Clint Howard in a bunch of his movies. And
Well, Clint Howard is a
right, but
famous
I mean,
actor.
don't you wonder though, like how they became friends?
I don't know. Maybe they are not friends. Maybe Adam Sandler's just like. If I was making a movie,
I would get him too.
I would probably get Clint Howard for
Yeah.
something. He's
I
good
would-
at grave robber.
I was watching apparently the B movie Scream Queens. Like, do you guys remember when we were kids and USA would have the Up All Night?
Yeah.
And
I
they
didn't
played
have
this.
cable as a kid.
Oh man, they played these like horrible movies that were produced
It was
directly
like-
to
It was almost
VHS.
like they play like Bikini Car Wash, and then they censor out all the nudity.
Yeah.
So you got like the worst movie ever.
Yeah. and then you would go to those like mom and pops retail places to rent a movie. Like
Like
Independence
Bennett's.
Day came out, and then you go and they'd have 3 copies, and you'd have to end up getting chainsaw hookers from hell or something like that. And that's how I watched pretty much my original lineup of horror movies. Was second guessing, but I watched this documentary called it's like Screaming in High Heels, I think is what it's called, and it's about the scream queens from those shitty movies. They're still making movies, but like with dudes like us. Yeah, like because technology is so great, obviously now they don't really need a whole big budget on that, so they pay a lot of money for these actresses that have done a ton of movies to come into their house and do like a shitty screenplay that they wrote. And I saw clips in the documentary. There are some terrible movies that they're like. We thought that Chainsaw Hookers was bad. Like you can't imagine.
Is there a
what
Chainsaw Hookers?
Yeah,
Is it bad?
It's pretty horrible. Like it's good horrible. Like I love it. I think you would dig it. You should check it out.
I will.
It's like Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers or something
I'm
like that.
intrigued.
Did you like what was that movie with Billy Zane that was zombies?
The Mad.
Did you like that?
I liked The Mad.
I liked that too.
I thought it was pretty good.
I never heard of it.
Billy Zane's just. I think he's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I liked him in Demon Knight, and
It's great, dude.
And he was he in Sin City?
He was in Sniper.
I liked it in the Phantom.
Sin City?
Who's that?
I liked
Barry,
Billy Zane.
somebody.
I don't think so.
I don't think.
Oh no, that's right. He wasn't.
That was
a guy
Elijah Wood.
No, there was a guy that looked like Billy Zane that got shot with an arrow,
Yeah.
and he kind of did a Billy Zane thing, like, oh,
The Sarah.
I better get to a hospital or whatever.
Yeah, I
he
did.
said.
I did like The Mad. I thought it was a pretty good movie.
I seen it. I think I seen the censored version.
I liked Billy Zane in the Phantom.
Oh, really? Wow.
I think I saw that in the theater.
Did you? Oh, I'm sorry.
Uh-oh, here we are again. The Flintstones.
Yeah.
We
God,
just started fucking naming shit off.
The Crow.
Yeah.
Crow.
What did you see in the theater when you were?
Speaking of The Crow, though, The Crow was supposed to have a remake, and it sounded really awesome. Like they were going to go and do the original graphic novel pretty much verbatim, and it
kind of
fell
too
through.
much of that.
You know, like it makes me mad. They had like two good, okay movies. Like the first one was good, and then the second one was just kind of like, yeah.
You didn't like City of Angels?
It was good. I was just kind of like,
maybe a little bit.
The
better.
third one I liked, but it was so shittily produced that it's almost unwatchable to me sometimes.
Yeah, I didn't
And the
like
fourth
the
one
second
is terrible. Yeah, it's just not as good to me. It's like one long music video for some reason.
I like the soundtrack. Maybe that's
Good,
why.
good soundtrack. But this one sounded like they were totally going to go back and have another shot at really doing a hard R comic book adaptation. And they're, for whatever reason, like the studio was behind it. Then one day they're just like, yeah, we decided not to do that now.
I wonder why
Bradley
they never,
Cooper was going to be in it. Actually, as one of the
I wonder why
bad
they never decided to make a really good version of Spawn.
guys. Yeah, what happened with that?
HBO.
Yeah.
It sucked, and then the comic book sucked, and there was no point.
Did you see the HBO cartoons?
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah.
I like the HBO.
Those were enough.
Yeah.
I don't really mind the movie, but it could have been fucking better. It could have been a lot better. It could have been a lot more like the show.
Yeah. Could have been a lot like the original comic book
Yeah.
story arc.
Which even that, once it gets into...
Yeah, I stopped reading it after like 150.
See, I don't even think you gotta go that far
Oh.
into it. Like, I'm wanting to say 20s or 30s.
Well, I know
As soon as, like, he...
in like the end of the 30s, he's pretty much solved whatever it was that like,
Yeah, 'cause
why he was there.
Because, like, in the very beginning, like, you would think, well, this is a story with a definite ending.
Yeah.
I can see it coming to an end. And then, like, somewhere in the 20s or 30s, like, you can see where he was like,
They just-
I'm making a lot of money.
Yeah, they just started
Off
adding
this guy.
more and more stuff that didn't make sense.
We're just gonna write some shit. That's what they did. They wrote shit.
But we watch shit.
Yeah. But not that shit.
I don't know. I've seen Redneck Zombies more times than I care to
I've
admit.
seen right
God,
next
I remember watching that with you the first time we watched it. That was a long time ago.
I remember renting that VHS, and the price on the back of it to buy was $80.
Yeah,
I remember asking.
That was an
That-
$80 video cassette.
That's what they said in that documentary, was that that's how they made money. It wasn't the making of the movie, it was that they'd sell them to those mom and pop stores for like $80 or $90, and they'd do it all across the nation.
Well, I remember-
Once Blockbuster and Hollywood Video got in there, everybody could get the Independence Day movie, so they stopped doing it.
I remember trying to get. I went to like a Family Video or something back when VHS. VHS cassettes. You better just say the whole fucking thing, right? When they were popular, and I asked them if they had Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I figured I'd get it for a couple of dollars. No, was it?
Like $25.
No, they wanted $120 for it.
I bought it on the eBay for a penny. The
That's not what it's worth.
The shipping for it was actually 150 times what I paid for
That's
the
why I'm
movie.
surprised that you don't like House 2. It has that same guy from.
But House
Killer
1 was
Clowns.
good though.
Well,
That's
House,
my only
yeah,
thing.
House 1 was like a real horror film. House 2 is more
No,
like...
it was still comedy.
It had it was like a horror comedy, but House 2 is more mainstream. It had like a little more...
What I really like
What is
about
good, though?
House 1 is that it's good. That's what I thought 2 was missing.
But whenever he goes in that room and there's fucking dinosaurs and shit, and he falls through, and he's got the pterodactyl with the egg, and then that little fucking dog worm comes out, and
Yeah.
Grandpa's like, "Why didn't you use the door, asshole?" It's
good
great.
stuff.
It's
So that is House 2 that Josh posted the picture of. It's like, guess the
Oh,
movie
that
is
was
the
me that posted it.
Yeah, that's House 2.
Yeah.
I was gonna write House 2, but I was unsure. I couldn't remember.
It
That's
does
2 or 3.
look a lot like that fucking thing from Never Ending Story, that snail that guy rides around on.
Yeah,
Maybe it was designed by the same creature and whatever creator.
could be. Could be.
Yeah, I don't care for House 2 or 3.
I didn't even know.
I haven't seen 3 in so long. I don't recall what happens.
I watched the remake of the Amityville Horror movie with Ryan Reynolds the other day.
How'd you feel?
I felt like it was done really well. Like it looked good, like visually, like this
Like
stuff.
Ryan
in it.
Reynolds looked pretty good.
Oh, he was chiseled, man. He was chopping wood for half that fucking film, man. Just shirtless, all sweaty in fucking wintertime. I didn't make any
Chopping
sense.
wood.
Just
Chopping wood,
wood.
being an asshole, looking over to
But-
looking at his kid.
I liked it. I liked the original one so much because it freaked me out so bad when I was a kid. that it's hard to watch a remake like that and actually think it was great. But it was done pretty well. I was impressed with what they did with it. I liked the preacher guy they got. I can't remember his name, the actor, but the preacher guy that comes to the house and freaks out and runs away. It's a great scene.
James Woods.
It was not James Woods. You sure? I'm 100% sure. It was an older guy, not James.
It should have been.
Yeah, it should have been.
I think James Woods was scary.
Yeah,
Dude.
you're right.
The
Well,
Andy Richter.
Andy Richter.
Yeah. Need an old priest and a young priest.
Videodrome.
Yeah,
That's a good movie right
good
there. That's a good
Fuck
movie
yeah.
right there. I watched that not too long ago.
Naked Lunch is on
That's the other one I watched.
Yeah.
Netflix sucks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it right now.
Once you've watched everything on there, it
Netflix
takes them forever to
sucks.
get new stuff.
Yeah.
I got on the Netflix. Well, I got the internets back, hooking it up to my TV, and it's like, I'm gonna watch me whatever the fuck I want to watch, because I got the internets, I got the Netflix, I got the movies. I'll hook it up to my TV, and I'm gonna sit here and watch movies. And it took me 10 or 11 tries, 10 or 11 goes. Every movie I typed in, don't have it. They don't have anything I want to watch.
Sometimes they will have something and like you'll search for it and they say they don't have it anymore.
Sometimes you can find that.
Like I
really-
typed the name of it in, it's like I want to watch this movie. Willow was number one. I was like,
They don't have
Willow, go.
No.
And it was like, fuck you.
They have it
Yeah,
that
I
you
mean, they
can
don't
order
have
it.
everything.
Yeah. I wanted to watch Indiana Jones. I recently rented it from the video store. Which I guess is where you go
to get DVDs that don't play.
when Netflix doesn't have something. Because Netflix didn't have any Indiana Jones. None of them. There's like 4 of them.
Yeah.
They didn't even have Crystal Skull.
They didn't even have the Adventures
What they
of
did
Young
have-
Indiana
They
Jones?
did.
Oh.
Yeah. I
Only
was gonna
one
say-
they did have.
Yeah, I was
The
gonna say-
Adventures of Young
Because I
Indiana Jones.
tried to watch it. It was so bad I couldn't watch it.
Yeah, that's awful.
I mean, I won't, yeah, because I ended up watching Death at a Funeral,
Good
Yeah,
movie.
British
the
one.
British one,
Yeah.
which was like, all right, I forgot about it for a long time.
There's a lot of really cool
But,
shit on
yeah, it was like 45 minutes before I found a movie that they had, and I was like, this is kind of bullshit.
it. It takes a long time. Like, you can queue up 500 things, and I've done it, and not watched half of them. Like, half of it is looking through, like, you just get lost in it. You gotta look around for
Yeah.
a long time.
But
and then,
I don't like knowing what movie I want to watch and then being like,
Yeah.
nah, I'm sorry.
yeah,
I pretty much
sometimes
go on
it
there
sucks,
just
but
for
You might go on there a
documentaries.
month later, and it is on there.
Yeah.
I just know that every time I have ever went to use Netflix, other than Death at a Funeral, only movie I've ever watched on the Netflix.
I searched for White Lightning for a couple months, and I just gave up. And like half a year later, it was on there.
But I've used
Yeah,
it.
I mean, it sucks to a
Used
point.
it
but
once.
I fucking downloaded Red Dawn because I hadn't seen it forever and wanted to watch it. And I even checked Netflix first. It wasn't on there. It said you can
With
order it.
Patrick Swayze.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and,
you
and
making
Charlie
that.
Sheen. Yeah,
But I mean, I guess
But
it's also
what,
the.
what I was going to say is that after I watched it and spent all that time getting it to acquire it, I watched it 2 days later. I hop on Netflix and it's in the queue as you recently viewed stuff you might like this
Right.
Red Dawn. And I know that I typed it in and searched for it, and they said that I would have to order it through their.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
you,
I'm guessing like it's just the like toss up. It's like
you're searching with a remote.
I want to watch this movie, but I gotta go somewhere to watch it. But here's a movie I don't care about watching,
Yeah.
but I can stay home to do it. So there's that.
You can, like, if you're online, you can search for actors, directors. But if you're just hooked up to a device,
No, it's I have my laptop hooked up to my TV.
Yeah, because like, it's just weird. Just iffy.
It just sucks.
Yeah.
I don't.
Or maybe
That's all I got. So I mean,
maybe my taste.
if you don't have anything, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Maybe my taste
You
in
can
movies.
usually find something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you just gotta.
Maybe my taste in movies sucks.
Start scanning
Have
through.
you seen Arrested Development?
No.
It's a pretty good
Oh,
show.
it's
Check that out. It's a TV show.
Yeah, I know what it
Cross
is.
is on there?
David Cross and that one dude that was in.
Will Arnett.
Yeah.
Jason
and,
Bateman.
It's
Yeah,
a
that's
hilarious show. There's a lot of really good shows.
Michael Cera.
There's shit
Yeah.
from 80s, 90s, whatever.
Oh, I
You
haven't.
just don't have everything. That's what I thought when Hulu came out. Everybody's like, you can watch any show that's ever been aired, anytime, anywhere. And I'm like, all right, Syphil and Ollie. Nope.
No, you can't find that shit.
I'm like,
Yeah, but I mean, if you're like, we're a movie place, we got whatever movie you want to watch.
Yeah.
I want to watch Indiana Jones.
Sorry. I'll eat your pussy. You heard me. I said I'd eat your pussy. Do I need a hard-on to eat your pussy? Well, I'm not like most men. I get excited in different ways. I'll eat your pussy. I need you to talk like a pirate.
Huh?
When I start to go limp, you say "Harr."
You gotta get the edges. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Like a brownie. You gotta get the edges. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Like a brownie.
So this segment here is usually given to what we call the news here at the Ray McGuff Show. And this time around, instead of doing several news articles, I just wanted to do my own take on the Republican National Convention that's been going on all week. Just finally ended last night with Clint Eastwood's rousing, just fucking beautiful speech to an empty chair. Might have been the most surreal thing I've ever seen at any convention ever. Yeah, I mean, if you haven't seen it, YouTube it, go on there, type in Clint Eastwood, crazy old man talks to chair. I've never seen anything like it. I hopefully, there may be a clip of it on the show. If not, YouTube it and find it. But yeah, so here we go. This past week has been an amazing time for the Republicans. They had a big old convention formally introducing Mitt Romney and Paul Ryan to the world as their least, their very least bottom of the rung choices that weren't, outright racists and womenizing just pieces of shit. So they were the best of the best for them. And so, their choices, they're going to take America back from the dirty liberals and their band of roving non-white supporters. And who are they taking America back from is what I always ask. Well, it's the 99% of us that are wealthy old white people. And you, me, pretty much everybody watching our videos, that's who they want to take America back from, because we're getting uppity. We're saying, hey, maybe you shouldn't be making $1 billion a year, ass face. And they don't like when the plebs rise up and try to take a little bit more than what they're given. They like to have their fucking foot right on our necks. Every time we start to climb up, just, get your ass back down there, piece of shit. So that was the overall message, was that they're going to take America back. In every election cycle, it scares me what huge leaps backwards in time we start to take. And this year just started out like any other election cycle with mudslinging. And let me tell you, this year has been a gym for the angry white man and his drilling followers. And they started the mudslinging pretty much day one when Obama was put into office. So here I feel no remorse in saying, since they've started the mudslinging right off the bat, that I'm going to sling a little mud right here myself. I vote Democrat. That's a fact. I have no shame in saying that. I'd vote for any other party line or any other secondary party as long as their interests and mine seem to line up. So at the time being, it just seems to me that Democrats are more in line with my core set of values. And if a Republican candidate ever piqued my interest or stood for any of the values that I stand for as a human being, I would listen to both sides and make an informed choice, like you're supposed to do. Like this is what our whole country's founded on, and we've lost that over the last 50, 60 years. So without any further ado, here's a few of my picks as high points from the Republican National Convention. I gotta say, to start right off with was Governor Chris. I cooked my food with whale lard, fat ass Christie. And what a fat piece of shit this guy is. He spent 20 minutes of his speech referring to himself and what he would do to fix the country. And then at the end he kind of said, and Mitt Romney's a pretty good guy too. His speech went on for one of the longest out of the original lineup. And it said nothing about what Mitt Romney has done or what his plans were, just about what fat old Governor Chris Christie would do. What he should do is maybe filter in a little salad time once a week, and maybe get on a treadmill so his heart doesn't explode in its fucking cavernous chest cavity. But I don't know. Maybe he can do whatever he wants. The second highlight for me was Ann Romney, Mitt Romney's wife. She talked for a long period of time, trying to take her wealth out of the equation and say, I'm just like the rest of you, only I live in a mansion and have nannies, and I have top doctors that come to my house when I have the 9 diseases that I have flare up, and I'm just like you though. And you know, just after watching her speech, I don't know any woman in my life that could have watched that speech and said, you know, I'm a lot like Ann Romney. But I do know a lot of women in my life that could listen to Michelle Obama speak and go, you know, I'm a lot like Michelle Obama. I grew up, you know, middle class income, and you know, worked really hard for what I have. But not a lot of women are going, I'm like Ann Romney. I married well. I really married well. So that was my second, second pick. And just her speech overall. Again, if you are interested and you missed it, YouTube it and watch it. And watch the hilarity ensue as she tries to touch base with you on a personal level. And again, I mentioned in the opening, my third and final what the fuck moment in the RNC National Convention was fucking Clint Eastwood, Dirty Harry himself, gets up and rambles for 20 minutes to an empty chair. And he stutters through it. It's like he didn't prepare anything. He just had this idea for a bit. It's like he came on the Ray McGuff show. I was like, yeah, I'm going to try this out. You're on a national convention for one of the 2 top parties in the entire United States of America. And you get on and you go, hey, Obama, what's up with your did you see my new movie? That's a baseball movie. You're going to like it.
Does he have a new movie?
Yeah, there's a new movie out where he's a baseball coach that's looking for the next big pitcher or something.
Oh.
I don't know.
I'm sure it's awesome.
Look, Clint Eastwood died to me about 10, 20 years ago anyways when he did Unforgiven, and ever since then he's been putting out. And he's put out some movies I was like, oh.
Unforgiven's the one that got you? What about the one with the monkey?
Oh, yeah, that's an amazing movie.
Really?
But that's 70s. That's 70s pot. That's Right Turn Clyde, you know, or whatever it's called.
Which Way But Loose.
Yeah, Right Turn Clyde, where he's got a monkey with him, and it's silly. And to me, actually, he's kind of morphed into that character. He's now the Republican Party's monkey, and he's making a right turn for Clyde. You know, he's making a right turn for old Clint Eastwood's character.
I have no idea. I haven't heard about it at all.
Yeah, he is. He's just throwing right hooks out. But you know, anyways, he died for me a while back, and so every time I see them drag his corpse around to these conventions or in RA meetings or whatever, I just feel bad. I can't wait until he really dies and they can just CGI him into shit and make him say whatever I want him to say. But anyways, so watch that. You're going to laugh. I know The Daily Show, The Colbert Report, as well as several late night talk shows did skits. They're doing skits of talking in chairs, and it's poetic and beautiful and funny. You're going to like those. So watch any of those too. But finally, I want to just say one more thing here. The other high point for me in this entire RNC convention was the palatable racism. Like these people are no longer putting it in a closet. They're straight up saying, I don't like anybody that's not white. And what you know, like, well, Randy, do you have any facts to back that up? Darren Collins asks because he's got his dick in the Republican assholes. Yeah, I do. I have a fact right here. This is a fact. It was accounted that during the convention, a woman was assaulted. She was a black camerawoman that was there with one of the news affiliates. They threw bags of peanuts at her and said, "This is how we feed animals around here." So you take that as you will, but that's a fact, Darren Collins. That's a fact. You can check it. It's a fact. That actually happened. So, and that's in prime time. All right, that's not on some backwoods channel that's got a Jesus preacher on right before. This is national television.
Isn't the Republican National Convention kind of just like a backwoods channel?
Yeah, it is. That's a little bit more broadcast out to the plebs.
It's more like Hee-Haw got a bigger budget.
Yeah, yeah, it really is. It's a very good way to say it. It's like a hillbilly variety show. And the other thing that happened, another fact that you can look up and check, is that a U.S. Congresswoman from Puerto Rico, and which Puerto Rico is considered part of the United States. They have delegates. She gets up to talk. She's Republican. She's Puerto Rican. They booed her for 2 minutes and chanted USA. I swear to God.
So they're idiots.
They're idiots on top of being racist. So this is going to be a real humdinger of an election cycle. There's going to be many more things that we're going to talk about on the show as we get closer to November. I can't wait for the actual debates between Mitt Robotic Romney and Obama. And I want to say this is Ray McGuff saying, let's take America back, but let's not take it too far back. This voting cycle, let us show these idiots yet again that we're going to take America back away from them and push forward instead of going back to the 80s, where they think that the 80s and Ronald Reagan were so great. Because here's what I remember about the 80s. I grew up in the 80s. You know what I remember? AIDS epidemic. I remember the economy sucking. Ray McGuff likes to fuck, so let's not get back to the AIDS epidemic, okay? let's focus on science. Let's take it back to the mid-90s when William Jefferson Clinton was president. There were blow jobs, hand jobs, just jobs in general. The good old days.
I'm kind of concerned with Randy because no matter what, I think Romney's going to win because we're dealing with the same people that put Bush in office again.
Yeah. And we are dealing with them, and if you watch the thing, if you guys get a chance to watch some of the clips, they say the exact same thing that Bush was saying when he was running against John Kerry or when he was running against Al Gore. But the voter turnout this time around is what's going to get us, because in several states, including Ohio, they've now started this law. It's called the Voter Registration ID Act, and you have to have a picture ID to vote. So a lot of inner cities don't have, a lot of inner city people don't have picture IDs. They have a state ID with no picture, or some of them don't have IDs at all because they ride the bus, they walk to work, they ride their bicycles, they live in a city. They don't own cars, so they wouldn't need one. So who's this suppressing? Are there a lot of, white people that live in those areas? No. It's primarily African American that's affecting, and it's taking their votes away from Democrats. So in the long run, what they might lose on is the ability to vote. Like these people that have lost their ability now to vote, unless they get their voter ID. And again, we're talking about any inner city where a lot of jobs don't happen. They may not have the extra $40 or $50 to plunk down to vote. They may not go to the polls this time around. In the last election, that was where we saw a bigger turnout than normal, was in the inner cities because they'll still probably have busing and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, you're right. There's a bigger chance that they may lose because they're.
So we have a show.
Werewolf. Dragon. Bear. Golden werewolf. I'm Jared Collins from Mississippi Bones, and this has been Altered Beast on Zombie Takeover TV.
I've sweated. Look at this.
That's a nice sweat, right?
It goes right
nice
down.
even sweat.
Yeah. This is why I need to lose weight.
See, you're losing it right here in this heat.
Yeah.
That's why I do it. To keep you trim.
Well, thank you.
I was talking to Ray about the show Hating Stuff with Ray McGuff.
Right. It's pretty much just Ray McGuff now because we don't hate.
Well, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
You can always bring back hate.
I thought the name was fantastic. Just the lack of hate. There's nothing wrong with the name.
There's not enough.
The quality.
Well, like I was telling Jared, is
hate.
that your wife and kids are here sometimes, and I don't want to be screaming like you crazy person.
Well, do it now.
You don't gotta scream, man. You can hate quietly.
I freaking hate everything.
What do you hate?
You are.
Do I hate? There's a list.
Since I've known you, you've been a quiet hater.
I have.
You just sit around and
He
hate
was always
quietly.
a quiet man. Yeah. Always say that.
Did they always say that?
They do always say that.
Whenever it's a murder. He had 16 hookers in his apartment. He was always a
I hate social situations with people I don't know.
You know what my favorite?
I
This
hate
is my
jobs that I work that.
I want. Tell me if this pisses you off, Randy.
Okay.
You're in a bathroom taking a shit in a public place.
Yes.
Okay. Somebody comes up and tries to open it. Isn't that enough?
Yeah.
They don't have to
Peek
knock.
under.
Knock. You peek. Ear peeker?
Ear peeker.
He's that guy.
I don't take the handle. I just go straight.
Just lift your head up. Hey, you pooping
I don't
in
know
there?
why. I don't understand it because it happens to me quite often. If I have to think.
Yeah, I get the peek. I just don't understand when they linger and like chat. It's like, hey, what are you doing?
I've always wanted
What
to
are
do
you into?
this.
You using this?
Just at work, there's a restroom for about 200 guys where there's one urinal and 2 stalls. And so sometimes you go in there and stand in a line, and I've always wanted to do this. And when I if I ever decide I'm going to stop working there, I'm going to do this. I'm going to just start yelling things once I'm in the bathroom. Like, oh my God, my piss burns. God, my urethra, what is that, a fucking wart? And I'm just going to do it every time I go in there.
The best place, actually down in Columbus, the best place to take a shit is at the...
In the whole city.
The whole city.
Anywhere in the city is a good place.
My house?
But no,
okay.
no, you go into Easton Town Center, into the theater part. There's a bathroom there.
Yeah.
Loud as fuck. I went in there and I had a problem. I had a situation. I ate chili or something. I don't know what it was, but it was coming out fast, and I had to go in there. And I'm like, oh God, I'm not gonna be able to be quiet in here. It's gonna be fucking. It's gonna come out.
Yeah.
It's gonna slap right out.
It'll reverb, man.
And so I go in there and I'm trying to ease it out, like slow and nice, without disturbing the others. But it's loud in there anyways, and it just unleashes.
Oh yeah.
And then after that, I felt all right when it was going on because everyone was loud in there. It was like a mess of grossness.
Can I tell a shit story?
Go ahead.
When I first moved to Columbus, I was going to a bunch of shows, and there's a bunch of different venues there. There's one that was it's close to Alrosa, but it's not the Alrosa. It's in that same area. I can't think of the name of it right now. But they didn't have any doors on their stalls for whatever reason. Who knows security after what happened to Dime or whatever? I don't know. They must have removed them in different areas like that. So I had the same thing. I know what it was. I ate a cup of chili from Wendy's and then drank for 4 solid hours on top.
The drinking.
So by the time we got to the show, I was about to shit my pants. I was paying for my ticket and doing the pat down, dancing. So I run in there thinking I'm just going to go in and unleash the hounds, but there's this toilet that's just covered in piss with no door. So I'm taking towels and toilet paper and cleaning the toilet down, and then I put around the toilet large amounts of toilet paper. And I turned around and looked, and there were people in there. That's a show going on. There's a lot of people in there. But I'm going to shit my pants. So I had to make a decision. Shit pants or shit in like a public forum. Like do a fucking little art piece for everyone. So I chose the art piece. I ripped the old drawers down and hovered over and gave it all like this. I was like this. And it was loud. And I could see the mirror was right in front of me, and so I could see my own face and watch people looking at me from other stalls. I ripped ass in there for 10 minutes like that, hunkered over all sweaty like I am now.
Did you have your hand
No, I didn't cover my eyes. And then afterwards, clean myself up in public because you gotta wipe after a shit.
Do you look at your shit when you?
No.
You don't look at your toilet paper?
No, I've never been that guy. I just wipe and throw.
Really?
Yeah.
What if you don't get it on first swipe?
I know by my body by
Randy,
now.
you look at your shit. Everybody does. There's no way you
To
can't.
see the amount,
You have to know if you're clean.
That's a level 4 situation going
The
on.
amount goes down every time.
I know. I look at
I
the
look
shit.
every
I just didn't want to say it on
Don't
camera.
deny
You
it.
look in the toilet to see what you've done.
Well, yeah, I like any proud parent, I take a look at what I've created.
What are your favorite kinds of shit? Ghost shits or the phantom shits? Or the...
No, I
I find
prefer
those troublesome.
the ones where I'm sitting there and it's one long grunt, and when I get up, I just know that it's one solid piece.
Do you know that it's supposed to, a healthy shit is supposed to be S-shaped? And
Oh, really?
All one piece.
Mine
Do you have
has
those?
never been healthy.
Mine are always loose.
Mine look like one long arm of like a log, like this.
Is it actually S-shaped or just curvy?
Just curvy.
I guess when it lands, it's supposed to
It's supposed to
like
soft
a
serve.
snake.
Like a soft serve.
Yeah.
That's our shit talk. How are your poops? Sign in now and write on YouTube. Tell us about your poops.
Story, Randy.
That was a shit story.
You know that no one comments on those things.
I know nobody has the balls to say what they want because they're all a bunch of pussies.
I think we should. I was thinking about this the other day.
Get them. No one comments on your videos.
Nobody does.
What do you think about that?
Well, I think that they take the time to watch them, but they're too busy to fucking sign on YouTube.
You know what I find gets people to look at the page?
What?
When you say their name. Say some people's names. I bet they'll comment.
No, I don't think I will.
I couldn't think of any.
Oh, you know what? Derek A.C.Y. Collins, whatever your fucking middle initial is.
CKY.
CKY. Derek C. Collins. Fucking comment. And don't write anything about Mitt Romney and your love for his dick in your mouth.
He's got paragraphs.
Yeah. He never comments. I thought he would.
What's your thoughts on your brother's political stance?
Yeah.
What is my brother's political stance?
Staunch Republican.
Staunch Republican out of nowhere, apparently.
I don't think it's out of nowhere, is it?
He's always been pretty liberal to me. He is the guy that pissed in a sink in the middle of a party.
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean...
And I'm pretty sure that he was the guy that used to talk about the 10-punch abortion thing.
It'd be funny to put together, if we had so much footage of Derek to put it together in a Mitt Romney ad. Him jumping off the stage at whatever that bar was, and then from the barbecue video where he pissed his pants.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, this message was
was brought to you by the Ray McGuff Political Association
and approved by Mitt Romney.
Yeah, for the fact that you should just be who you are and not try to create a new person every 5 months.
But pissing in a sink doesn't automatically make you
No, I'm just saying.
Democrat.
Well,
is that one of...
That's not... I'm not saying that at all.
I haven't been following.
Honestly, it makes a lot of sense. How many sinks do you think George W. Bush pissed in?
Probably quite a few.
I haven't followed. I do follow politics, but I don't take a large interest in them. But I have never seen them. I was just
on
saying the platform.
With
universal health care.
What I'm saying is
and pissing in sinks.
What I'm saying is this: that he for a long while was the wildest out of all of us and cared the least about anything at all. And then all of a sudden now he's got these staunch political... It came out of nowhere. You grew up with him, so you probably know him more than I do, all right?
Yeah.
So maybe when he was 8, he was walking around going, I want to wear a tie all the time. I don't know. I want to have large amounts of money in a briefcase. I don't know. He may have, but...
Your views on Republicans.
I'm just making generalizations to be funny. I was some of that writing.
You wrote
Oh, we took the break. I did a little writing.
Wrote about the Republicans.
Yeah.
I see.
I want to have money in a suitcase on an offshore account somewhere.
Tell me about politics, Ray. That's what I want to hear.
What do you want?
Tell me your beliefs and why people who don't believe what you believe are wrong.
Oh, okay. Oh,
that's what I want.
You want this message?
Oh,
yeah. Get ready for it. I think that the government should take care of everyone. I should never have to work ever again. I should live in a utopia. That's a utopia that gives me a check every week, provides where I need to live. And I get a certain amount of money, so I don't need a whole lot. But I get to focus on art and things that matter to me, bettering society, going out and building other huts for other people that are in the government system. And this utopia will never happen. So the closest I can get is that we take care of the people that need to be taken care of to help them. We don't bitch about it. We focus more on education, and we focus more on our country as a whole. So what I mean by that is infrastructure, roads, bridges, okay? So stuff that was neglected by certain parties, okay? Now, certain parties, now the one that's in, the Democrats, or our president has worked, President Obama right now, has worked really hard and tirelessly to get more road projects and bridge projects going, and they have been. I see it in Columbus every day, all right? But what happens is, there'll be a Democrat that focuses on infrastructure, then a Republican that does not think that that's a necessity, so they get back in disrepair. Then the next president comes in, boom, more road projects, and if we just kept it a constant thing, so my tax dollars constantly need to go to building roads.
What you're saying is the system that we have in place, like you'll have one party get in, and they focus on what they think needs focused on, and then lets the other one slide. And then the next party comes in and focus on the stuff they didn't, and let other things slide. So we constantly have people coming in and filling in each other's gaps.
Yes. And what we need
is not good, right?
Right. No, it's not. Because nothing ever gets done. It continues to be a problem when it's not focused on. So what I think needs to happen, in all honesty, is a third party needs to come out of nowhere and step up to the plate and say, hey, and somebody serious too. like some of these guys that run in the Libertarian Party are pretty smart, and then they'll say some crazy shit like we should focus on roads. I eat batteries. You know, like whoa, I can't get behind a guy that eats batteries.
Why?
I just can't.
You think
to me, it's just crazy.
Like if he's all right with it though, and it doesn't affect him, I think that would be okay.
I think it would affect him. Alkaline's probably not good for your
Unless you're
brain
working.
capacity.
But like it's you figure you gotta be 35 to run for president.
Correct.
If he's been eating batteries and he's 35, and as of yet there are no ill effects, I'm gonna say that's not an issue.
No, it's
That's almost the reason to vote for it.
Yeah, that's just a crazy example that I just popped into my head. It was just something I thought
Some
would
more
be
right.
crazy. Apparently, that's not crazy enough for you. I eat my own shit.
I-
Okay,
I
is that
still-
crazy enough?
I still
Batteries.
I still don't see how eating shit is going to affect someone's ability to do the job.
Okay, so he doesn't eat his own shit then. It doesn't matter. Okay, well I'm
Collects
saying
dolls.
you need.
I'm okay with that.
He goes around ghost hunting.
What he likes to do in his private life is fine with me.
Look, I don't know. All I'm saying is their two-party system isn't working. It hasn't worked for a long time. So that's where I'm at this point. I politically,
Who you voting for, Ray?
President Barack Obama.
You don't vote for either of them. You go vote for neither of them.
You what? Vote for Ralph Nader,
No, just write somebody in.
Jared Collins.
Make a statement. Right?
I'll write you in right
Say,
now.
I will not put up. I will not put up with either of your shit. I am voting for neither. If the whole country did that, they'd straighten out.
You think that? You honestly think that that would do something?
Huh?
You
Just
think-
your one vote? No, but if everybody did it,
Well, if everybody did it, all they would do is just institute a, like some sort of
the electoral
lockdown.
college
Yeah,
would,
they
would go ahead and elect
Yeah.
the president. But then in 4 years, both parties would know that no one would vote for them, and if a third party came, they would get all the votes.
You know,
so they would straighten.
That's a
themselves
really good
out.
idea. But you know what else needs to happen? These Occupy Wall Street fucks, they need to put on their masks from V from Vendetta and start to fuck with shit that matters instead of going down and sitting in the park and camping all afternoon. Like go down to banks and throw fucking bricks through their windows or something. I don't know. Yeah, that's right.
Half
Be
those
crazy.
people don't even know why they're down there.
Yeah, half of them are
They
just
don't
like,
have
man, I don't
anywhere
have a
to
job. My mom said I had to do something.
We should get homeless people rioting. I agree.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Because
go. That would solve a lot of problems.
Going
That
down and demanding,
And it will give
going out and demanding that
it
you
would
be
give
heard.
the
That solves
Democrats something
problems.
to constantly do, and the Republicans couldn't deny it because there would be constant infrastructure that
Randy,
needs
we
fixed.
don't want those people
because
rising
of all
up.
the
Where do you
homeless
think?
rioting.
How do you think this country was founded? Do you think that we just came over here and then all of a sudden
Have
the
you
laws
heard-
happened and we just there were
That's what I was taught.
no, that's wrong.
Have you
If
heard
that's
those
what you were
folks
taught, that's
talking
wrong.
though, Randy?
They
Those guys down there, have you heard them talk?
Who?
The guys
Oh,
down there.
and
hanging out.
Occupy?
Yeah.
I've heard.
They're not bright.
No.
We don't want them rising up.
Well, we needed somebody to go. Hey guys, here's
There's
our
probably a few
agenda.
bright people in there. but-
What do you think, Fish?
Yeah. What do
I
you
have no idea about Wall Street and politics, man. I just sit around, dude.
The Constitution!
Yeah.
I don't know what the movement's about.
Ray,
I don't know.
We all look at violence like it should be frowned upon, which in a society it usually should be, right? But it says in our Constitution that if the people that we've elected aren't doing their job and they refuse to leave, we forcibly remove them. It's
With guns.
with guns or with
So you're not a fan of gun
ideals.
control.
I'm not a fan of gun control at all. I think that everybody should be allowed to own a certain amount of guns.
But like pistols and shit, you don't
Yeah.
need fucking
You don't-
machine guns.
If you're going to overthrow a government, you do. They got armies.
You,
Which,
you can have 3 guns.
That is a good
Problem
point.
solved.
but we should have guns so we can overthrow our government.
Yeah,
but
you
we're not
have
allowed-
3 guns.
We can't have the guns that would give us the power to overthrow the government.
I never said that. Frank said that.
That's
we-
true. They do.
Your
have-
3 pistoles aren't going to do much.
I didn't say 3 pistols. I said 3 guns. 3 firearms.
He made a valid point.
Valid.
Let's move on to something else.
All right.
I was gonna say you're fighting a losing battle,
Yeah.
right? Because it's all made up of people: Democrat, Republican, capitalism, whatever. And people are assholes. And it doesn't matter who has the right idea; the people are gonna fuck it up because it's all ran by people. So it's
You've
just
got Tea Party on the right who have absolutely no qualms whatsoever about owning guns or firing guns for that matter, or causing violence. And then we've got Occupy Wall Street on the left, which are the Occupy people who don't want to do anything at all to conflict. Like, those two parties should be punching each other in the streets if they want to get a change done, because nobody listens to two people sitting around talking like we're doing right now.
You got people on the left and the right and in the middle, and that's the problem. It's all people. We need robots.
Speaking of robots,
Speaking of, nice. Hey Frank,
yeah.
nice segue.
Did you hear they're remaking RoboCop?
I did.
I did not.
I heard it. I heard Michael Keaton's going to be the villain.
That is what I heard as well.
Yeah.
What about Peter Weller?
What about him? Have you seen him?
He won't be in the remake.
He's probably real fucking old now, dude.
Yeah.
He was in last season of Dexter. He didn't look too good.
No, he was pretty punch.
But I mean, if they're gonna infuse him with robot parts, that shouldn't be a problem.
Well, they're not. He's not coming back. I forget the guy's name that they hired. I think it's the dude from. Have you ever seen The Killing? The young cop.
Horrible show.
Yeah, it was. The first season was good all the way up to the last episode.
Yeah, I liked it when it was called Twin Peaks.
Good, nice.
Little singer.
Yeah, no, good call. It does have very Twin Peak moments here.
It's just total. Rewrite it. Put it back into the mainstream.
It's from so they might have borrowed from Twin Peaks actually, but it's from a show in Holland or Sweden maybe, but one of those two countries. But in Sweden, it's like the most popular cop show ever. It's been on for 3 seasons now.
You know what I found out last night? Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark is not nearly as realistic as I thought.
No, dude. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, because I just had a debate. And my roommate was also debating with one of our friends how ridiculous Crystal Skull is.
Oh,
No, I'm not Crystal Skull. I'm
No,
not Raiders of the
no,
Lost
that's
Ark.
what I meant. Was like I rewatched all 4 of them recently,
They're
and
all
they're
about
all
the same.
ridiculous.
Did
It's just that in
anyone
Crystal Skull, Harrison Ford is old, and he moves around like an old guy.
Yeah.
Did anyone notice in Raiders of the Lost Ark when he's in the Well of Souls that to escape, he climbs a giant stone sculpture?
Yes.
Is it Anubis?
Anubis.
It looks like Anubis.
Yeah.
I think it's
I'm
Anubis.
pretty sure it is.
A stone sculpture of Anubis that's like, 20, 25 feet high. Stone, made of stone. Not light.
Right.
Heavy stone.
Heavy.
And like he puts his back to a wall and his feet out on it, and he just kicks the whole fucker over. It would literally weigh like 2 tons. And he just kicks it into a wall, and then the wall breaks. And then, they get through the wall. They get and like I was watching it and was when I made that comment. They're like, well, when the girl fell, the stone falls out when she holds on to it, so obviously it's rickety stone. Can stone be rickety?
Yeah.
Or is that wood?
I don't know what I did with my phone.
Stones.
I'm proud to say I have never seen any Indiana Jones.
But anyways,
Wow.
he goes through the little thing and with the dead bodies and blah blah, and then to escape, he pushes a large stone block
Over.
out of the other
Yeah.
stone, like a square. You know how they do the.
Yeah.
And then it peeks out. Like those stone blocks weigh much more than pushable by someone
Yeah.
amount. Is that a weight?
That's just one of 50. That's one of 50. 50 things in the
Is
movie. that are
pushable
ridiculous.
by someone?
How about the
unit
fact
measurement?
that they open the Holy Grail, or the box, and there's ghosts in it that know people's faces? I'm like, you think the Crystal Skull's ridiculous? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that shit took it away with me.
I'm still bothered more by the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
I'm bothered more that they watched.
Because I'm saying, what, like if you opened the Ark of the Covenant, what's inside?
Sand.
Have you seen it?
I have.
Like actually seen? Because you
Yeah.
don't know.
I found it.
No one, no one knows what's in the Ark of the Covenant.
Marcellus Wallace's
But
soul.
It's Mike Wallace's soul.
Marcellus
Oh,
Wallace.
Marcellus
That's
Wallace.
right. It doesn't look.
people do.
Does it?
People do.
I think
No.
it said Mike Wallace. The fucking
Mike Wallace.
60s
Mike
sports guy.
Mike Wallace. Hey guys.
We're gonna have to take a break, guys.
All right. We'll be right back. I'm gonna find my phone, dude. All right, final moments here at the show. What can I say in closing? If you take away anything from our little project here today, it's this that we need to write. we gotta write. We gotta get together and start fucking writing, because Jared Collins knows what he's talking about, 'cause he has several shows. Oh wait, he doesn't. So you can either take that or leave it. I'm gonna take it and write with it. Probably not, but anyways. And the second thing is that politicians are horrible beasts of people, and we're never going to change anything unless we start burning buildings down. So let's get started on that. Third and finally, we always have a good time. If you're interested in being part of the show, get a hold of us on our Zombie Takeover TV page, and you could be the next internet sensation. As always, this is Hating Stuff with Ray McGuff. Watch Zombie Takeover TV. Keep it classy.